Hey, this is the CD channel. I'm Chris, and this is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing my predictions for Strikeforce Challenger 17, Voelker versus Bowling 3. So I'll start with the prelim card and go on to the main card. Okay, first fight of the night, we have Brian McLaughlin, an AMA Fight Club member. He's going to fight Sterling Ford. Sterling Ford is a Rumble on the Rock veteran. And McLaughlin, like I said, fights in AMA Fight Club along guys like Charlie Brenneman, Frankie Edgar, Miller Brothers. Gotta go with McLaughlin to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, we have Bill Cooper versus Micah Watson. I gotta go with Bill Cooper in here. He is he's a very decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Won numerous competitions. Very recently beat Hermes Franca actually in a grappling competition. He's only 1-0 in his MMA career, so he's still new, very green. But when you're such a specialist in jiu-jitsu, against a guy like Micah Watson, I believe he's 4-0. A couple of, I think 3 of those wins are by submission, if I'm not mistaken. So he's up against a submission guy himself, but Cooper, he's definitely one of those super high-level black belt, a black belt's black belt type of guy. Just gotta go with Cooper to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, we have Ben Lagman versus Anthony Smith. Lagman is a King of the Cage veteran, actually, and Anthony Smith, he's coming off a big win over Bellator veteran Eric Shambari. Tough one to call for me. I'm gonna go with Anthony Smith to go win that one. Okay, next fight after that, we have Guto Innocente versus Lionel Lanham. Both these guys are undefeated. I think they both have less than 10 fights. I think Guto has 5 and Lionel has like 3. I'm going with Guto to win this one. Okay, and on to the main card, as we have Adlan Amagov versus Ron Stallings. This one's kind of tough for me to call. I noticed that Adlan does have a good amount of like KO and TKO victories, so he definitely has some power. Ron, he has a good mix of like submission victories and a couple TKOs as well. I'm gonna go with Ron Stallings to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, we have a women's fight in the 135-pound women's division, as Sarah Kaufman is going to fight Gorilla Liz Carmouche, or Carmouche. Let's say Carmouche. I'm going to go with Sarah Kaufman in this. Both these females have lost to champion Marlos Kunin. Sarah Kaufman has beaten the likes of like Misha Tate and some other really good, Shayna Baszler. Some really good fighters. One thing that Carmouche did really well was that she managed to force the clinch on Kunin, and take her down from there. If you saw Kaufman fight Kunin, she actually utilized the clinch but couldn't initiate the takedowns. I've seen Sarah Kaufman. She definitely has some really good takedown defense. I don't think she'll be as easily bullied. And she does have the much more technical striking than Carmouche. So I'm going to go with Sarah Kaufman to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, we have OSP, Ovince St-Preux versus Joe Cason. OSP all the way here. Joe Cason, his biggest win is against Sean Salmon. A lot of the guys he's fought have losing records, so I just cannot pick. I mean, anything can really happen in MMA. You never know with new guys how they'll perform, but Ovince, he's more of the proven guy. He beat up Antoine Britt. He beat up Benji Roddick, who was fighting in the wrong weight class against OSP, and then pretty recently he beat up the guy who won Iron Ring, Abongo Humphrey. Solid but not spectacular guys. And I've seen OSP. He hits hard. He's pretty athletic. He does have takedown ability. Still seems green around the edges, but I gotta go with OSP to win this one. Okay, we got some heavyweights in the next fight as Lavar Johnson is going to fight Devin Cole. This one's kind of tough for me to call. It's striker versus grappler. That's right. I'm actually going to go with Devin Cole to win this one. Lavar Johnson can blitz him. I can imagine that Johnson could blitz Cole. Both are coming off losses. Cole came off loss over Daniel Cormier. Lavar Johnson lost to Shane Del Rosario. I just think Devin Cole is going to be able to take this fight to the ground and win there. I can't imagine Lavar Johnson being able to keep the fight standing and, you know, have also sustain good cardio. He really puts everything he has into his punches. And yeah, so I have Devin Cole winning this one. Okay, and the main event of the night, we have Bobby Voelker versus Roger Bowling in their third matchup. Bowling won the first one by, it was not a disqualification, it was like he got poked in the eye and he's picked the winner. Voelker got a TKO actually. Bowling looked really bad on his back in his last fight. He also looked really predictable. He was doing this a lot. Bowling was doing a lot of the same things in his fight against Voelker and started to slow down. And Voelker definitely learned from the first fight because Bowling was pretty much not killing, but he definitely, you know, had the edge on Voelker in the first fight. Bowling, man, he didn't know how to control posture when he was on. I don't know if he was tired, and he just got ground and pounded. I mean, he didn't know what to do down there. I'm still going to pick Bowling. I'm hoping that he learned from this. He's definitely a type of guy who puts a lot of pressure on his opponents. And you know, he just keeps going and going. I'm hoping he'll learn from his loss. But yeah, I still think Roger Bowling still has a lot more upside than Voelker's like in his like early 30s now. I just think Bowling just is more of a prospect to look out for. So yeah, that's it for my Strikeforce Challenger 17 predictions. If you have any comments or anything, just leave them below. And this is MMA for you. Thank you very much.